Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick from the Commodore Amiga. This video's going up a little bit later than usual. Apologies there, time's got a bit behind me, had a bit of an energy crash, but here we go. This is a game. It's ASTRO Marine Corps, published by Dinamic Software in 1990. It's a game we've already reviewed on the ZX Spectrum, which was absolutely brilliant. Now, it doesn't always tally that 16-bit games based on 8-bit games are any good, but this is starting off okay. I do like the intro. So yes, a nice planet in the background, but you control some marine guy millions of light years away from home, and you must go on some rescue mission to destroy lots of aliens. So it's a horizontal scrolling shooter over a number of levels. I've got no cheat for this, but I have got a level skip thing. So it's in the style, well, it's attempted to be a similar game to Turrican, I think, so let's see how it plays. Nice, gentle music, Dynamic Software from 1990, as we look at a black screen. A bit of editing might be required here. Yes, it's very Shadow of the Beast type music here. Psygnosis would have been proud. But is the gameplay going to be there? If it ever loads. Bom, 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 bom. All dark and moody. We're in an alien world, an alien planet. Millions of years from Earth. Right, here we are. Right, here we go. I don't like that jumping. What's he like? Whoops, and we fall down a hole. Right, so don't go left, just go right. So he's moonwalking in midair. There's like moons and stuff. Nice background. The music seems a little bit detached from the gameplay. I can't hear anything shooting. But anyway, here's a power up. So keep going right until you win. The enemies will keep regenerating. You fire up in different directions diagonally. Just get off this level, and it's not playing very well actually. I feel like I'm in a dreamlike state. Maybe improve. He's running, doesn't seem. That's what's doing my brain in. His running doesn't seem to have any bearing. The speed of his legs on the speed that he's moving. A bit weird. Like he's running through treacle or water or something. Right, okay. Let's just kill these fellows. Don't know what that says. It went across way too quick for my eyes to see. But initially, fantastic music, although disconnected from the game. Good graphics, although the main character is walking a bit oddly. And yeah, it's a little bit floaty, isn't it, this? Anyway. It's like, I don't know, like a light version of Shadow of the Beast, maybe. But let's try and see some end of level bosses, because the Spectrum game was really excelling itself for what it could do with the amount of baddies and stuff. It's pretty much like an exhibition one. Here you feel that the Amiga could do quite a bit better than this. Here's a bridge. And we've fallen down a hole, which is never that good. I'll try and persevere with this, but I'm not enjoying it that much. I want to enjoy it more, because the screenshots should make you think that it's a great game. It's moving too slow. It's a little bit floaty, and as I say, I want to be hearing some crunching sounds. Somebody probably say in the comment section you can turn the music off and turn the sounds on. Well done you. Hopefully you do that as I get eaten by a big plant. Right. Boo. Yeah. Happens quite a lot actually. You prefer a ZX Spectrum game to the Amiga conversion. I think when it wasn't really designed with the Amiga in mind, this. Not sure what other systems it come out on, you might know. Probably the Atari ST and a few other ones. But if I was going to choose between this and Turrican, I'd try Turrican every time. Turrican 1, 2 and 3. Strider, the frame rate isn't as good as this one, or the graphics, but I think I'd still play Strider over this also. So, you know, I don't think I would have come back to this a lot of times as a kid if I had Strider and Turrican in the disc box. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. You might have got a bit more out of it if you played it. Not sure what the reviews would have been at the time. They might have given it a little bit higher because of the graphic and sound quality. But it's all about playability for me, and playability isn't really there. It's a little bit repetitive. It's moving kind of slow, and I'm not really enjoying it. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Am I being a bit harsh? Let me know your opinions as well. It's always nice to know different opinions. I'd like to know the same opinions as well, because it means I'm not going doodah crackers. But you can only compare it to other games you've actually played at the time. If you was a kid back in the day and owned this one and didn't have too many other games, you might have got a bit of enjoyment out of this one, because you had nothing else to compare it with, and it's bringing back memories as well. For me as an adult, playing it now with no memory of this game or any nostalgia linked to it, just looking at it back in the day and trying to judge it against other games round about 1990, don't like the thing. Don't like the thing. It feels to me as if a couple of levels would have been, well, one level would have been sufficient on a demo disc on the front of a magazine. Then I would have thought it was quite decent. But as a full price release game, the guy, there's no urgency. And look at the size of that gun. It's huge. Right, nothing there. I thought there was going to be a power-up. 3 moons in the distance. Yeah. I don't know. It's colourful enough, isn't it, really? The playability isn't there. Maybe we'd get some good end-level bosses. When I review the Spectrum version, do have a look at that one if you haven't already. I did play it with a poke on it, so I could get a bit further than I normally would. Whoa, there we go. This one, I don't know any other cheats for this. Apparently, if you type in creep at the highest score, you get 5 lives as opposed to just a couple. Oops, is it loading? It does come over 2 discs, this one, I think, so they know. I don't think I won't have to swap it in this video, I don't think, because I'm not really going to get that far. But there's 14 levels, I think. If you want to skip to the M1, Metropolis is the password. We might have a look at stage 2, which is the code for that is Nostromo. So there we go. Music is making me feel a bit sleepy. The game is trying to hypnotise you into actually liking it, isn't it? But in terms of tactics, it's just walk and shoot and shoot and shoot. You can crouch, of course, but to get the worms. Energy level across the top, so keep an eye on that the whole time. But I will try and get to the end of stage 1, or possibly do a cheat to stage 2, so see a bit what it looks like, to see if it varies at all. But I do fear we've seen all of the gameplay already. There's different power-ups there which are going to might change the gameplay a little bit. I think just like Turrican, you can shoot 3 in a row. There's hand grenades as well, but I can't work out how to do that. It's a spacebar. Might have to redefine that. So there's the tri-shot thing, which I first saw in RoboCop. And although RoboCop is a much more basic game than this one, I do like the playability of that over this thing. Yeah, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Just goes to show. Everyone was, well, we're trying to be like Psygnosis then. They set the benchmark. Music with the panpipe, they've sort of like got it. The same sort of like, I don't know, synthesizer set. But that's pretty much where it ends. Still haven't reviewed Shadow of the Beast 3, but I have reviewed Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2. Let's have a look at those. They are, I think, for my money, better on the Amiga. Reviewed them also on the Sega Mega Drive and the ZX Spectrum. They're sort of like, pardon the pun, shadows of that, but anyway. La la la. Are you bored yet? We'll keep going. So this video, if you're watching the live as they go up, it's supposed to go up on Sunday, but it's going up on Monday. Yeah, I fell a bit behind. It's very tough running a gaming channel and working full time as well. If I could do this full time, there'd be a lot more up. We did have a go at it a few years ago, and that was great fun, but it didn't produce enough money to live off, or any decent standard of living anyway. But there we go. It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig, Retro. So if you're watching this, do share the videos. There's thousands of up there. Literally. Was it 100 there? There was a few thousand, I think. But anyway, share the video, spread the word, get the subscriber count up, because you never know. One day, I might be able to do it full time, and then it'd be actually cool. We do special videos and all that sort of stuff rather than just these silly gameplay things. But good fun nonetheless. See what it was like back in the day. I think there's a game, another horizontal scroll I need to look at. I think it's been recommended called First Samurai. It might play a bit better than this. We'll cue that up later on. Blues Brothers as well has been mentioned a few times. But no, if you mention something to play, I will write it on the list. We might not necessarily get to it straight away, but it'll be there. Very rarely there'll be a game that I just cannot get to work, like Cannon Fodder. I really wanted to review that one, but I've tried all different versions of that, and I just can't get it to work. We'll come to that on the Mega Drive, I guess. Right, die worm, die. How often do you get a chance to say that? Not very often. The enemy just keep running at you. They see their friends explode into a ball of flame. Think that's a good tactic for me. I think I'll try the same thing. And you would, wouldn't you? You would you? Down we go. Right, jump. Yeah, that's very odd how he runs in mid-air there. Very unusual play. Right, when's this level going to end? Come on. I don't think I did get to the... I might have got to the end actually on the Spectrum version with the cheat on. Yeah, because I got to level 2. We had to turn the tape over. We want me to turn in no tapes over here because it's all disc work. Check out your discs. Don't slip a disc. That's terrible. Yeah, I'm well bored now of this game. Jeepers. It's all about knowing now what the next level looks like and the next baddie. There's a lot of... Oh, I've died. There's a lot of different variety in the aliens that you'll be attacking. Right, if I type in creep, I think I'll get extra lives. For I'm a creep, I'm just a weirdo. Da 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 da. Radiohead, that song. Look that up if you don't know already. A class song. Well, I could end the review here, but I just want to see what the second level looks like. Stage 2 password is Nostromo, which we all know was the name of the ship in Alien, which is a darn fine film, starring Sigourney Weaver as Ripley. Love Alien. Right, okay, Nostromo. Oh, the grenade. Right, okay, yes. So this is the keys. Yeah, so it was space. I'll put spacebar for grenade. I don't know that's going to make it any easier. On the Spectrum version, I got up to this point where I kept getting eaten by this like Sarlacc creature in a big hole. Didn't come up to that on this one. Nice planet there. It's a shame really, because the intro, if I can spell Nostromo correctly, the intro is fantastic and the presentation is great. Just that the gameplay ability is not there. It's a big shame. It's one of those games I wouldn't mind being remade. It needs to run a bit quicker. The animation of the character needs to be a bit better. Maybe his gun not quite so big. Then you might start having a winner there. But yeah, a few things that don't work. It's like someone singing out a tune to a song. It's almost there, but it's not quite. It needs auto-tune, this. Right, we'll have a brief go at stage 2 to see if it's vastly different, but I'm sensing it's going to be roughly the same. If you've got a favourite 2D scroller game like this, I've probably reviewed it already, but comment below what is your favourite. We've already mentioned Turrican and Strider. Been a number of other ones, Rastan too. Yeah, hooray, hurrah, hurrah. Right, music seems to change, is it? I feel like George Michael's going to come on and sing a song. Yeah, or catch a goo-goo. You're too shy, shy. Hush, hush, eye to eye. You're too shy, shy. Hush, hush, eye to eye. Great stuff, eh? Right, I'm not available for Catch a Goo-Goo tribute band. You might not even know who Catch a Goo-Goo are, depending on your age and where you live in the world. I'm not sure how you spell Catch a Goo-Goo, but guess it and type it into YouTube. Or just put You're Too Shy Shy, that'll come up. Hush Hush, Eye to Eye, whatever you said. Right, nice trees, who's watering them? And then now we've got some blancmange things coming at us. Or some strange turtles. I suppose we could try and jump over these. I think that's like moving lava pits or something. Moving mud pits, that could be it. Right. Oh man. You can do this thing, Nicky. There's a flying bug. Right, okay. I think this would work better. I like the background. I think that worked really well as like a proper like space shooter, wouldn't it? Like in the style of R-Type with a ship going across. A Pidgeot as well. That's a cool game. Or Pidgeot, however you pronounce it. Right. Bombs away. Right, that's a good weapon we've got. A white ball of light smashing into every word. Right, stage 2 looks very similar to stage 1, doesn't it? Maybe we should jump a bit further, but anyway, we won't do because then the review will last too long, and I don't think this game deserves a huge long review. It looks like that's what it's gonna get. Anyway, it's gonna get. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Force field, and we got eaten by a big plant. If you've been eaten by a big plant, comment below. What was your experiences of that? How did you escape? Just in case it happens to anyone else, because this channel's all about learning as well. It's not about fantastic gameplay, which if you haven't noticed that by now, you must be some demo. But it's all about having a bit of fun, having a laugh, talking rubbish, and sharing your experiences of the game, and new things you know about it and didn't know about it. But just having a bit of a fun. It's like you, age about, I don't know, 12 to 14, round a friend's house, sitting on their bed. He's got the good joystick, you've got the rubbish one. And saying how life would have been. Hooray, great times they were. And then his mum calls him down for dinner and it's game over. And you realise you're late, you've got to get home for your dinner as well. And you've missed Biker Grove. Great times, great times. Biker, biker, biker Grove. Aha! Again, if you're not in the UK, you might not know what Biker Grove is. Ant and Dec were in it. Yeah. Okay, right. This force field's quite useful. It's like that force field that the Terminator first goes back in time in, doesn't it? Where that just goes and just dissolves. Don't know if that was influenced by it, but anyway, 1990, Dynamic Software, and the movement of this character is not overly dynamic. It doesn't seem like he's in a particular big hurry to get anywhere. What's that? It's a hole, Nicky. That's what it is. I generated a force field and fell down a big hole. Well, that hole wasn't obvious. There's a few save points here, but it's a bit laborious going back and doing it again. He just moves so slow, this person. Maybe his gun weighs 1,000,000 tons. Way too slow, amigo. Way too slow. I mean, maybe this planet's got huge gravity. Maybe that's the excuse. Even so, I don't think this is the case because we've got tall mountains and those trees don't seem to have too much bother. Although their hair looks a bit like Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons. Maybe it is Sideshow Bob. If you're Sideshow Bob, comment below, let us know. Is that your hair on the top of those alien trees, a billion zillion light years away from planet Earth? Right, there's a power up. What's that going to do? Lightning. It's a triple shooter. I do like the way the bullets bounce off the floor. It's got a bit of undulation, isn't it? Can't beat a bit of undulation. But mainly in racing games. Yeah. Oh man. Why would you keep it? I suppose it could be a bit therapeutic. It's very repetitive, as a lot of games were. I'm just underwhelmed, really. I'm super underwhelmed at this. Want to like it a bit more. It could be a great game, couldn't it, really? It's just something's happening. So it's not going on. If you take this character out and imagine the character from Shadow of the Beast 1 running across a little bit quicker, maybe it's starting to do stuff. If this was called Shadow of the Beast 4, I'd definitely not like it even more. But this is ASTRO Marine Corps, AMC. Those three planets in the background seem to be there all the time. Yeah. Maybe that's what's happening anyway. It's in slow motion. Again, if you like the game, comment below. So I think it's very middling, this. Very middling. I'm sure we'll come to a few others in the weeks to come. I mentioned First Samurai, but there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. Lionheart 2 as well, not the sequel. I don't think there was a Lionheart 2, was there? It's called Lionheart. I think that might be Psygnosis as well. I forget. But there's a wash with them. Switchblade, not quite like this, and Switchblade 2. That is 2, that one. Right. Oh, into a hole again we go. Into a hole, into a hole, into a hole. Yeah. I don't think it's getting to a point where not even the music can save it, I think. We won't be playing this too much longer. I've already... Oh, wow. Just noticed I've been playing this over a quarter of an hour. Oh, dear. Oh, well, it's a slightly longer video than usual. Well, I say that. That's happening all the time. This is usual. This is usual fare. Hello, bug boys. There we go. Bug spray. Yeah. I don't think I can say too much more about this, really. It's quite obvious what you have to do. It's just a question of, after a few goes on it, can you really be bothered to do it? Yeah, floaty jump, up here, across we go. We should be able to get over this big hole now, one would have thought. We'll see. If we can get over the big hole, we might call it a day there. 1, 2, 3, shake your body down. 1, 2, 3, baby, jump. He's made it. Oh, I didn't think... the last line I didn't think it was going to make... Ooh, that was close. That was Glenn close, that was. Right, oh, a different enemy now, or some sort of weird thing firing, I don't know, ball bearings, but we've got a shield, so that goes over there. Speed up, bloke, speed up. No urgency at all, this fella. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a rolling ball, it gathers no moss, it gathers no excitement either as we bounce along, singing a song, and the song's pretty much a death throw, is it? Right. It's going to fall down a hole. Oh, he has fallen down a hole. There was. They weren't obvious. I think we will say goodbye to this. I'm largely unimpressed. Good graphics, good sound, terrible movement, terrible central character, too slow gameplay. Overall, well, pretty boring, really. I wouldn't have gone back as a kid. Well, hope you liked having a look at that one. That was AMC, or Astro Marine Corps, on the Commodore Amiga, published by Dinamic Software in 1990. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.